sound anything.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the podcast. I saw it on my screen that my little intro video was hurting, and I'm sorry, man. Look, I got a lot of stuff jammed going on this system right now, and apparently I need to upgrade. So be sure and tip your waitress. But everybody, welcome to the first and depending the very first and possibly the very last special Saturday night edition of the Podcasts. It's Father's Day weekend, and I was told I could do whatever I want with it. And seeing as how I like to stream, I like to talk, and that we have such a passionate community in the AMP world, this is how I want to spend it. I just want to spend it talking with folks, watching the live charts go up and down. It is going to be different because usually that's all I do. I talk and talk and you guys listen, you get bored and you leave because I am not particularly engaging. I get it. So I thought we would try a different format this evening for this very special edition, which also I didn't advertise. I did not allude to in any of my videos this week, and I really expect it to die brutally. But I wasn't doing anything tonight. It seemed like a fun way to spend a Saturday night, so here we are. And I will be talking this evening, but I don't want to talk about anything in particular. We're here because AMP is just such a good token, and it's such a good community. And we just wanted to spend some time getting to know the folks who are involved with us in this project and really getting to know the folks who are involved with this right here, this little rinky-dink YouTube channel especially. This is your show tonight. This is your guys' show. If you aren't asking questions, and nothing is off the table tonight, guys, ask me anything. And if I can answer it, I will. But if you aren't asking questions, I'm going to fill the dead air. Again, radio background, and dead air is bad. Yeah, I was doing a show years and years ago. I was in studio, and it was a stupid late night thing. And I was ranting and raving for 26 minutes with my mic off. Now, I'm not going to own that whole catastrophe as I was producing it also. And that's just not good ever. But 26 minutes of absolute silence, it's not good. All that went out were commercials. That's it. It didn't end well for the kid. But you know what? Spring for a producer. And this wouldn't happen. Bella's my producer, but she's in a tough spot as she is watching a lot of stuff at the same time. Internet radio is not terrestrial radio. There's a lot going on. So if, if I really goof up big technically, you know what? It's on Belle. And for one of the earlier comments, Belle, go ahead and talk. I'm going to talk over you just to prove that the two of us exist at the same time.
Yeah, we do need to prove that.
She does exist. And there we go. Please, somebody thumbs up if you heard both of us speaking at the same time. I'm checking my tech on this one. But she's a real girl. All right. Her mic is hot on everything. So if she sneezes, you're going to hear it. And you're allowed to laugh because, come on, Saturday night. We're here to answer questions, and we just want to have some fun. And this is Dr. Scott tonight. And I am a doctor, by the way, metaphysics, which is a surprisingly easy doctorate to get. It can be done online fully. You just really need to pay the money. And sadly, they don't take crypto. But I did it a long time ago for the chicks, for the girls. Yeah. Hi, my name is Dr. Scott. Would you say you are more or less attracted to me now? More? Less? About the same? I should leave? Nice talking to you. And that's sort of how it went. But I keep paying I keep paying my upkeep costs. I have to refresh it. I keep paying my upkeep costs just because I like to say that. Well, I'm a doctor. And by the way, all of this rambling is just to keep the air active until we get some questions piled up. But with such a passionate community that is wrapped around the AMP right now, I think it'll work out. You guys are absolutely the best. The AMP Reddit is great. The AMP project is fantastic. It's just good vibes all around. And yeah, I really don't have to say anything else. Yeah. But
I'm just gonna throw in here. I'm sorry, I am not gonna be running around calling you Dr. Scott. It's too Rocky Horror for me. I can't do it.
I am a doctor. All right. I got the sheepskin. It's on the. You know what? I'm gonna present it on the wall next time. It's gonna be on my chroma key. Dr. Scott. That's right. And I don't care if it's a Rocky Horror Picture Show. We seem to be attracting an older clientele over to this, and I'm willing to bet they know Rocky Horror. They've seen Rocky Horror. They have probably sang the songs. They're at least familiar with it. So yeah, you know what? Dr. Scott. But Belle and I tried this before with another project that we were working on, and it crashed spectacularly. Remember the torpedo that hit the crypto market about 2 months ago that has sent it so very bearish. I mean, ever since then, that's what happened to us. And we just never recovered from it. But entertainment is sort of like crypto. They aren't all winners. And you have to take a few on the chin before you really start to dial it in. Now, crypto is not particularly entertaining for the most part. So we just want to try to breathe some human life into a very esoteric space. There's lots of personalities in crypto, and especially on YouTube. You have your chart oracles. By the way, I love the chart oracles. You have your price predictors. Can't miss those guys, man. They are everywhere, and people watch them. You have your outsiders looking in. You got it all, and you can look for any damn subject on crypto, and you're going to find one of these flavors. We didn't want to do that. We don't want to do that. That was never our intention. If I bring off-brand cryptos like Scale, I love Scale. It's not because I'm trying to shill a coin. I just think it is. I just think it's something worth looking at, and I really seem to rally behind the K-Shoes tokens. I mean, that's the future of the crypto world. AMP is probably the one mainstream token I'm super psyched about right now, but it wasn't mainstream when I found it. It absolutely not. It was just a little nugget of an idea. That's all it was. But it was a very good nugget. I made my first AMP purchase in December, and I just kept buying. That's it. I mean, you know it when you see it. It's just there. Do you guys know it when you see it? It's kind of red on the edges, and it smells like gasoline when you're just looking at it. You're right, and then you know. But I took down my very, very early AMP videos. Nobody watched them at all. None. There was zero interest in this project. My first one got 4 views over 3 weeks. I mean, that's depressing. Just it's hard on you, man. And I'm not sure if anybody in the audience, if any of you guys have tried to do the YouTube thing before, but 4 views in 3 weeks, it's bad, man. It's not good. And you know what? For what it's worth, I suck at YouTube. I really do. You know what? I have a pleasant voice. I have a decent cadence. credit where it's due, but it's not really it's not really a natural talent. I've just been doing it for a long time. You know what? You get better. Uh, Maybe one of these times, if we can get the Saturday night thing to kick off, I'll bring in some of my very, very early radio recordings. So you can hear Scott from 25 years ago and you can hear Scott from today. It's 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 striking. How about that? But you know what? It was a hoot. But
All right. And we do have a question from Trevor.
hit me.
Trevor is asking, how do you feel about the tokenomics of AMP, including the distribution, but also the total amount? Is 100 billion too much? Not enough?
You know, Trevor, it's interesting, and yes, sir, I think of the same thing. I really do put a lot of consideration into that. But one of the things that hangs me up on that, because it's not all minted yet. I mean, it's minted, but it's not released. One of the things that hangs me up about this particular thing is where are they taking AMP? Now, when I first looked at it, I believed it was purely to spend crypto. That was it. That's what they wanted. They wanted to spend crypto. They wanted to enable it. But the more I thought about it, it's such a small market. Spending crypto is tiny. We have talked about it. We've done videos about it on this channel. They didn't go anywhere, but I'm right, man. So I'm wondering, this is out loud, guys. I'm not basing any, buying or selling decisions on it, but I'm wondering out loud if spending crypto was just the big sign on the door to get people looking at AMP. That's kind of what I'm wondering. They would be they'd be better ideally suited, particularly with the amount of coins that they're going to be putting in there, and when you consider market cap growth, so forth. They can process any kind of payment. I guess that's what I'm getting at. It doesn't have to be crypto. They can process cash. They can process anything. And if the whole underlying principle of AMP is as a payment processing service, which we all seem to agree it is, and if they can do it with a merchant fee of 0.5%, I just saying, man, if there was an eye on the prize, that'd be the prize. That would be the prize, is getting into just pure payment processing, being a back-end payment processing for Visa, for MasterCard, for American Express, Discover, etc. It's a massive, massive marketplace. The problem that I think they're going to run into on that is you are up heavy hitters. You're up against massive hitters. And I understand, AMP is sitting at just shy of a $4 billion valuation. And that's a lot of money in the crypto world. But in the real world, man, that's not even a tickle. I mean, that's not even getting close. You're talking about places that are processing trillions of dollars and taking 3% off every single one of them. So you're talking about massive, massive hitters on that. But if the way they get their toe in the door to get people looking at that is, by pushing we're processing crypto first in space, first to market. Look how unique we are. Look how we're saving merchants money. Personally, I mean, if it was a long-term roadmap thing, and I'm sorry I'm babbling on this, Trevor, but I happen to agree with you, sir, and I've been thinking about the same thing for a long time. What better way to get your foot into the door than to say we do crypto? And look at how much money we're saving you by doing crypto. Look how efficient our transactions are. Look how quick they are. Look how safe they are. Look how secure they are. Look at how many chargebacks you're not getting. The merchant is secured. And if the way to get your foot into the door was to say, we'll do it with crypto, it's unique, it's kitschy, you get your name on the sign. But then turn around to the same place like Sheets for gas station and they say, well, look how well we're doing with you for crypto. Why don't you let us process your cash transactions as well? And when that happens, which they're fully capable of doing, but when that happens, this is the one time that I will make a just outlandish price prediction. I don't really do it. You guys have watched me for any length of time. I don't do it. But if that happens, there is no limit on it, man. There is no limit on it because it would just, look at the volume, look at the bulk that they're doing. The market cap on this thing would just absolutely explode. So yeah, that early investors here, they did get the Lambo. I mean, just like that. And the more I think about it, the more I think that that is the most likely scenario for this, is that they are using crypto to get their foot in the door because current merchants, they're not going to change. They like Visa, they like Flex. The cost of it is rolled into the cost of the product. So if you get a little upstart like this, it's saying, hey, look how good we're doing. We're doing crypto. And oh, look, we started doing cash transactions as well. And we are effectively saving merchants 2.5% on every single transaction. That's big, man. That is absolutely that is absolutely huge. And excellent question, by the way. Thank you. I hope you like the answer. Again, this is just my thought process. This is where I'm in where I'm at on AMP, and that's kind of why I'm sticking with it. But uh,
And Trevor's asking another really good question. He's saying the only Flex apps, Gemini Pay and Spend, are custodial wallets. What
mhm.
would a non custodial app look like? It seems that a non custodial app would change the risk profile. How do they make that change?
That's I don't know. I don't know, Trevor. I'd love to dig you out something on that one, man, but I haven't gotten that deep into it right now. Not because not that I haven't thought about it as well, but because I don't have an answer for it. I just don't. That would honestly, I think you could bring that up to the Flexa team, and I don't think that they would be able to answer it as well. I don't think that they've thought that far ahead. Now, if it's a top of my head here, so if it's a non-custodial wallet, as long as it can process the SDK, it seems like it would work as a custodial wallet. It seems like it would work the same way, but that's deeper into the tech than I'm comfortable talking about. So yeah, I'll say I'll look into it. I'll do some digging. I'll see what I can come up with on that one. Great questions, man. Is this what we needed to do as a Saturday night? Because these are just booming questions. These are
I'm
fantastic.
thinking so. I'm
Uh,
thinking so. These are great questions.
I
Keep
mean,
them coming,
we've
guys.
we've only been doing this for a couple weeks, and we've got look. The first one, I screwed the pooch. All right, I didn't even look at the comments. We've never had anybody watch us before. All right, this is brand new, so you gotta we have a learning curve. And but we didn't, and yeah, the show on Thursday, great show. I loved everybody that was there. We didn't get a real big crowd, so we didn't get a lot of questions. And Belle's audio was screwed up. I promise you, it would have been better if you could have heard her, because we actually had some stuff worked out in my little dumbass commercial. uh, but yeah, it didn't have the ping I was looking for because you couldn't hear her, and yeah, that one's rough, but. Yeah, I do we got any more? Or can I continue to ramble? Anybody else need anything right now?
I think you're safe to continue to
Okay.
ramble for just a bit.
Yeah, so I was talking about I really wanted to play some of my really early broadcasts, and because they were bad. I mean, they were terrible. Uh, but I was a shock jock. All right. I'm not proud of it, man. I'm not proud of it. But I was a shock jock. Ready for this? Doing midnight to 4. guess how many people want to hear shock jock from midnight to 4 a.m. You know what? I might as well have. I might as well have been just DJing at a strip joint. Hey, thanks for listening, and be sure to tip your waitress. We have Chrysler going up on stage 3. Dig deep, boys. She loves you for you. Give it up for Chrysler. That would have been a better fit for me. Is one of the wife beater with a big gold chain. I would have had to tape chest hair to myself because I don't have any, and yeah, big medallion, greasy hair and all that. Hey, give it up for Chrysler. Give it up for Lexus. Coming your way is Prius. Why do they always pick car names? I
I have
never
no
got out of
idea.
that. But why do
I
they always
have no
pick
idea.
car names? I mean, I get it. You're a stripper. You want a nom de plume. I understand that. But I've never met a Prius in real life. I just haven't. Hi, my name is Prius. I've never ran into that one. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say, man.
I've got nothing on that one. I've got
Yeah.
nothing on that one. I've
But
always wondered why they picked gemstone names. Yeah, ruby or amethyst or yeah, no.
Amethyst. What is some really oddball semi-precious gem names? That would have been funny. Hey, give it up for uh, quartz.
Aquamarine.
Give it up for quartz. That'll get some dollars in the G string. So, but where I was going with that is, guess who wants to hear this at 4 a.m. Huh? Guess who wants to hear that? Nobody. Nobody. My ratings were so low that they had to create a new rating chart for me. It was that bad, man. But for some reason, they kept paying me. And I kept doing it. And obviously, here I am on YouTube, on a wildly successful YouTube channel. So, yeah, kind of carry it over. But it was never my dream, man. It was never really my dream. I want to be a radio guy. It was never my dream. It was just something I kind of had a knack for. And I absolutely love the crypto channels here on YouTube. I spend a lot of time looking at them, but I used to just do it to see what they're talking about. Now I'm comparing myself to them, and we're not like many of them. We're just not. We're more. I don't know. However, you know what? You guys are the guests. You tell us what we are. We like. I enjoy the philosophy of trading. I really like getting down into the nuts and bolts of trading, and I get it. It doesn't translate well to the crypto world. It doesn't. But I'm not going to change my opinion on it. But we're in no way am I telling you how to spend your money, man. I'm just telling you how I spend mine. And I know I say that again and again. That's my way of saying this is not financial advice. So when you hear me saying that, that's what it means. So this is kind of what we're going to be doing tonight, guys. I got another screen set up where we can look at the amp charts together. We can talk about it. I, I don't go into the buy and sell dynamics of looking at the charts. I'm not a big fan of chart oracles. I get what they're doing, and you know, they're leveraging it. Good, great. I'm glad they can make a living doing it. I don't begrudge anybody making money. You do you. If it's profitable, fantastic. But somebody pointed out in one of my comments, and I've kind of been getting rattled a little bit lately because the only thing that's given us any growth on this channel has been AMP. I mean, that's it. That was the only thing that's been giving us growth on this channel. I did a video today about scale. I love it. Absolutely love scale. But it did nothing. I mean, it pretty well fell flat. But it's not the channel. It's just nobody's looking at scale. They're developer coins. You know, I'm sorry, they're developer tokens, and that's not exciting. It doesn't have the glitz, the glam. It's not Doge. You know, it's not Bitcoin. It's not AMP. It's none of those things now. It's just behind the scene backbone of the crypto world, and people are just not that terribly interested in it. So I don't really blame it, the video, for doing bad. It's just nobody's looking for it. And but you know, like I said, I'm not a good YouTuber, man. I do not optimize my keywords. I don't do any of that. I think of something and I write it down and I post it up and off it goes. People watch it or they don't watch it. So I don't anticipate me ever being critically successful in on YouTube. But I'll tell you what, man, I love this community. I love this community. And this is me backtracking, by the way. I was getting bummed because, you know, basically our subs dried up. We got nothing. I think I didn't get any for like 3 or 4 days. I mean, it's just nothing. But it's because AMP exploded. And then once AMP exploded, all of the backbenchers came out making videos. You know, hey, we loved it, Ben. We've been with you the whole time. We just didn't want to make videos because you didn't want to make one that got 4 views in 3 weeks. So it bummed me out a little bit because, you know, I'm going to get lost in the shuffle about it. But somebody pointed out in a comment, and I don't remember if it was Dave Smith. It might have been. I think it was Ray. And if it was you, Ray, thumbs up. If it was you, point it out. But Ray said, he told me, man, he basically told me to buck up. That was kind of it. He said, just buck up, man. You were here first. And it's not, sir, tip of the hat. It was. I was here first. Not the very first, but I was here early. So I want to defend my space, I guess, if I could say it like that. But really, it's just because AMP is such a good community. I mean, there are it's upbeat, man. It's just good vibes all the way around this thing. The Reddit basically doubled in size. I mean, what are they up to now? Like 18,000 members in the Reddit. Man, I was there when it was sub 1,000. So it's nice to see that kind of growth even in the Reddit, and they're starting to bring in a lot of the Reddit thing. Just like the way to trade is there's a crypto way, and then there's the wrong way. And on Reddit, it seems the Reddit way is an awful lot of memes. That was my dog. I have a dog. In the Reddit way, there's an awful lot of memes. And since this thing blew up, since AMP blew up about 2 weeks ago, I see a lot more memes on the AMP Reddit, and it really makes me want to go there less and less. It's not an AMP thing. It's just, I can see that on Doge. And I don't want to see the AMP Reddit turn into something like that. It's always been great for really good discussion, good ideas, respectful debate. It's always been something like that since I've been on it. And just when you bring in this many people who were not there from the beginning, even though they've been a fan the whole time, it changes the atmosphere up a little bit. So I don't go popping over there as much as I used to, but I still love the community. I love the forum. I think they're great. I'm going to assume that most of the people that are on here right now are also big fans, or probably at least on the Reddit. So anyway, guys, look, if again, man, this is your show tonight, guys. I have no script. You know what? I do have one thing. I'm going to do one thing for you. I was going to do it next week in the live stream, but I think it would be fun to do it here. And this is in regards to AMP and Flexa advertising. And I thought about something that just absolutely cracked me up. And I was like, well, where would they advertise? Where would you find a community that might be somewhat interested in hearing about something that they know nothing about? So I did a little thing up, and I'm gonna do it here after the break. I don't want to take a lot of breaks tonight or anything like that, guys. But if you ever had to try to talk nonstop for 90 minutes, you run out. You just run out of gas. You end up repeating yourself. You have your outline in your head, but you end up just repeating yourself over and over because what you said so long ago, you forgot you said it. It's kind of how it is. But we're gonna be right back. Let me take 60 seconds. And I think somebody asked earlier, and absolutely, Deathly Hallows, and we're very full of apple juice tonight. And I even shaved for this. But I'm bumming because the white is starting to come back into my beard, and I have to dye it again. I dye my beard. If you looked at any video I did 2 months ago, you saw that this looked like a big Q-tip, and my daughter was laughing at me. So here we are. So guys, give me 60 seconds. We're gonna be right back, and I'm gonna bring you the very first official AMP advertisement. The advertisement for the AMP and the Flexa network. Please indulge me on this. We will be right back if I can find my button. Thanks. Welcome back to the Podocasts here on channel 1410 AM, public access. We're here to tell you about the hottest investment in cryptocurrency right now, AMP. This is so hot. It's glaring. It's glowing so brightly it blinds. X1000 is the small end of this coin, the very smallest end. I don't want to say X10,000. I don't want to say that. Please don't make me say that. But this is a X100,000 coin, if there ever was one. Stop sucking and start earning right now with AMP. AMP. So let me tell you why AMP is going to make you very rich, very rich. The Winklevi twins are behind it, and when have they ever lost money? Come on now, the Winklevi. Boom. Enough said. Money. Number 2 is everyone loves it right now. Right now. Look at it go up, up, up. And it's just starting. You don't have to know what it is. You don't have to know what it does. You don't have to know anything except everyone loves it. And if you don't love it also, then you are just weird. You're weird. Why don't you like people? Why don't you like money? Stop being weird and buy AMP. AMP. Part of the Flexa network. And we now need to take a short break. And this break is brought to you by our favorite sponsor ever, Uncle Milt's Old Shoe Leather Whiskey. I'm drinking it right now. That's good shoe leather whiskey right there. Uncle Milt's Old Shoe Leather Whiskey. Available anywhere you can find it, but mostly out of the trunk of my car after the show. Buy AMP cryptocurrency. It's really good. So yeah, I you know what? I had oh my goodness, I can't believe I forget the girls' names. It's oh, I am so sorry. I don't think they're watching tonight. I would have seen their names pop up there. But my nice lady Christine and her sister, and they would have been dying on that. And River City would have been dying on that. All right, this is funny. This is. Do I got to put the arrow on my head? This is absolutely the jokes here coming at you. So
No, no, for the love of God, don't put the arrow on your head. No, you've already got me dying over here. No.
Well, I don't want to look at the. I took the comments off the live screen because I wanted to put the ticker up there, so I didn't get to see if anybody actually enjoyed that or not. That was the top of my head. Is how would you advertise a product affordably that nobody's looking for? And the closest thing I could think of was PBS. So you put it on PBS, and you will have dozens and dozens of really old people listening. So it gets into my head, and it is tough to stop talking in a PBS voice after you use it for a time. And that little sip of I'm on bourbon tonight, so that little sip of whiskey, apple juice, almost burned me out there. But okay, anyway, look, I got a whole brand new scene set up because I know everyone likes to look at the charts. So we're gonna hang on. Let me flip the screen and see if this thing actually works. So give me a minute here. Oh, looky there, guys. Looky there. So we have. I got to get rid of the. Let me get rid of the ticker here. So There we go. Look at there, man. We're like we're like an Oracle channel now, so we can all bask in my entertaining goodness, and we can watch our money go up and down. So that's always fun. Uh, I've been staring at it all day. I mean, just all day. I've been sitting here staring at this chart, and I feel comfortable calling. I feel comfortable calling 8.5, pretty much the new floor right now. So Thursday, I had predicted that it's going to go down to 7.5. I said this is where I put my money back there. So I already disclosed that I scalped the hell out of it, and I really got attacked by somebody in my comments. Just really had a go at me because he was like, nobody could make a trade like that. How could you hit it? It was obvious, man. It's not, I'm not a smart. You just you look and, oh, look, there it is. So I had scalped the hell out of it, and I put it all back in at 7.5. So I didn't quite hit 7.5, but I got antsy, and that's unlike me, man. I'm usually, you know what, I fire and forget. But I was watching this so close this morning, and I got a little antsy. So I upped my I killed the order, and I put it in at 7.7. I'm sorry, 0.77 and 0.077. Don't bust my balls. I put it in right there, and it filled, and it just like railed up after that. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I don't usually kill an order. If I'm in here. I look at a reason. AMP is the one that really does cloud my it clouds my good sense. It really does. Again, not on the Coinbase hype thing. I think that was transparent. We talked about it. We said it's going to go up, it's going to come back down. This is crypto. This is Coinbase. This is it listed all over the planet right now, and lots and lots of people are dumping money into a token because it's cheap. That's really where it is. Everybody sees these little sub penny tokens just railing up. The 85,000% up. So they see a cheaper token and they jump on it. Now they don't really look at it. They don't read the white paper. They're not interested in the white paper. They see where it is, and that's it. So they see it rising up. FOMO. It is what it is. It's a reality. This is crypto. Got to get used to this. And yeah, that's what I'm not. I'm fine taking their money. I mean, I feel not moral, but I feel fine about it. If somebody wants to give me their money, I mean, why aren't you going to take it, man? Here it is. Here it is. But I was watching another channel. He's probably has thousands of viewers right now. His whole channel is just the AMP chart right here. He's probably got thousands of viewers watching it. And I don't know the program that he's using. It's something because it keeps popping up here, and it has little buy and sell marks. So you should sell right here, and you should buy right here. You should sell, you should buy. You should sell, you should buy. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that's funny as hell. It's like a Captain Hindsight stock ticker. See, I don't want to see what I should have bought and sold. I can look at the chart and know what I should have bought and sold. I want to see the chart that tells me I should buy 5 minutes before I should buy, and that it's right every time. That's the chart I want. And I'm not a big chart guy. You guys have, most of you have watched my videos. I'm not a big chart guy. So I don't put a lot of stock in them. I understand people do, man. I am not doubting your method. I'm sure it's great. It's just not for me. All right. I look big picture. I look bigger. I look past it. So I'm not looking to make money in 5 minutes. I'm looking to make money in 5 months, in 5 years, in 5 weeks. We'll short. But most of the shorting I do, and yeah, I can't even see my own chart. I hope it's coming across for you guys. I don't want to turn my head and look at. I don't want to look at it, so I just hope it's coming across for you guys.
Your chart is definitely coming across.
Okay, and you guys can't see my holdings, correct? I was pretty. I wanted to make sure it was off so you couldn't see what I was holding on there. I have some. How about that? I have 4 amp. I'm doing all of this because I have 4 amp. And yeah, that was my big trade, by the way. I sold all 4 of my amp at 12 cents. And I'm up big. So, yeah. But I'm sorry, I derailed my train. Is there a talk? It seems like I'm
we
just
we've
babbling here. Do we
we've
got
got
comments?
we've got several questions that now
Hit
that
it.
you've quit babbling. All right, so Morris Peterkin, you think AMP will go to back down to 0.04 cents or 4 cents rather?
4 cents. Something would have to catastrophically shake the market for AMP to drop back down. If I think if you're setting any of your limit buys down at 4, I think you're going to be with them for. They're going to be with you for a long time. But there's a positive to that. There is a positive to that. You didn't make any money, but you didn't lose any money. So that's kind of always a good thing, in my opinion. Something would have to catastrophically shake the market to for Flexit to I'm sorry for AMP to shed off almost $2 billion. Something would really have to roil the market. I'm not saying that won't happen because we all remember 2 months ago, right? We all remember 2 months ago. I found during that boom, there was no safe haven for me. Nothing. I was looking. I was like, where can I go? Where can I go? Where can I go? I put it all in die. I put everything I had in die, and that was my parachute. I was like, you know what? Just going to wait this one out, man, because everybody likes to predict the market, and everybody likes to do price predictions. YouTube filled with them, absolutely filled with. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna finish this off. Do I have anybody watching this right now who's not subscribed to my channel? I'm not begging for a subscriber. I'm not. I just want to see if my widget works. I put a little widget on, so if I get a subscriber, it'll pop up and say, "Hey, somebody's subscribed." So I would really
Coming from the producer, yes, if you have not thumbs up this video, liked, shared, and subscribed, yeah, you really should. You really should.
I'm sorry. Let me get back to it. So yeah, during that downfall, I dumped everything in die. I was looking for a parachute. There it was. I put it all over there. I took losses. I hate taking losses, man. I hate taking big losses. And yeah, it didn't. It didn't work out well, but I basically I peeled myself of everything. I stuck it in die and said I'm going to wait it out. I understand, again, this is not the crypto way, but it's not a band of brothers kind of thing either. I don't have to go down with everybody else too. So I wanted to have keep a really good healthy stake for when it hit the bottom. And honestly, man, we've been bearish ever since then. Just absolutely bearish. AMP weathered it well, but it was so small at the time. I mean, it went from what, 2.5 or almost 3 cents down to like 2.1. So I understand that's a 30% drop. That's a good size number, but some of these places just got crushed, absolutely crushed. One of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites, Scale, just got buried, absolutely buried. They haven't climbed out since. If you want to see something sad, if you want to see a sad forum, go to the Scale forum on Reddit. It's great, man. It's very technical. Again, it's a developer's token, so it's very, very technical, and a lot of people get into the into the deep dives, layer 1, layer 2, what they're doing, how they're doing it, and yeah, but it's just people. Well, the price hasn't moved in 3 weeks, so they're like doing the poking the sticks. But you're not going to see any memes there. You're not going. There's just not enough interest. I don't know. Would they have like 2,000 members or maybe 12 online at any one time? So it's not exactly a hopping place. But that's one of the ones again that clouds my judgment, man. That just absolutely crashed. I got in it early. I get in a lot of these tokens early. Anything that answers a question, that solves a problem, that's working to address it. You know what? You have my full attention. You have all of my attention is on you right now. So when you start seeing these, man, you're gonna get on. You're gonna pile on. That was the one I think I really missed a high sell. I thought it was slightly overvalued, and I was like, you know what? Let's see how high it'll go. Let's just ride it up. Let's see how high it'll go. This could be fun, that kind of thing. And when this big crash happened, this sucks, man, but when that crash happened, and it happened, I mean, instantly, I was on a plane coming back from Korea, so I didn't see it. I had just no chance to move any of my money. It just watched it go. And it wasn't until I landed that I started convert, put Put it all in die. Save yourself. Run, run, run. That's where I was on that one. Uh, please tell me that somebody else remembers this, or am I the only one that tracks this stuff this close? It would explain why I am the way I am. And by the way, the shiny cheeks, I just looked at myself in the camera. That's not from the booze, man. I've had maybe one finger. It's I had to change my lighting a little bit to light up my chroma key, so I got the Santa Claus thing going on tonight. It's okay to make fun of me. It's okay to make fun of the way I look. I don't care. I am not. I'm no longer at that stage in my life where being called ugly really matters. You're ugly. Ooh, that hurts. I'm also loaded, dude. So that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bud.
All right, so do you want to answer our questions that were asked before the show even started? Thank you, Trevor and Ray, for those questions. They're good ones.
Yeah, hit me.
All right, so Trevor, before the show started, asked, can you speak to Flex's competition? The only one I am aware of is Strike, which uses BTC and Lightning. Are there others? How do they compare?
Yeah, there are a couple. I think one of the ones that really stands out, been around for a long time. I think it's Gitcoin. They've been working payment processing for years, like 2014, 2015. Don't quote me, but it's around there. I don't keep tablets of information that I can go back and reference, so I have to pull it out of my head. But I think there's about 4 or 5 that are kind of in the space. But AMP is taking such a unique view of it, and I'm not going to pivot off what I said earlier. I think AMP is doing it just right, but the more and more I think about it, the less and less I'm convinced this is about spending crypto. I think this is more about getting into payment processing and doing it a different way. So what they're doing right now, nobody's done. Nobody's doing this. Even in Dogecoin now, I don't want to start a Doge fight here, but you guys know my opinion on this one. And I absolutely love Doge for what it can be, not what it is. I'm not going to rehash it, man. I've been over. Look at some of my other videos. But even Doge, I think, is starting to recognize that they have to do something to get into the space. Now, there's a reason that Flexa picked them up. There's a reason that they're on the Flexa network. There's a reason for it. Even the Doge people have to start to realize that. But I think Doge is working on their own thing, their own type of payment processing, and maybe somebody could look that up. I got a lot of things I got to keep track of, so I don't track every single nuance of every single coin. But I understand that Doge themselves are working on their own payment processing. So if there was ever, and I'm going to get laughed at, I'm going to get comments, I'm going to get the thumbs down, I'm going to get beat up for saying this, but if there was ever any competition to crypto payment processing, if there was ever anything that would be a threat to Flexa, it would be Doge all by itself. All by itself. And I get it, man. Look, you guys can give me the business. Give me the thumbs down. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to change my opinion on this. They are so well known. Everybody knows them. Everybody knows Dogecoin. Nobody knows Flexa. Only the people in the space know it. Even the people who are buying AMP right now, look at the charts. Look at how much we came up. Look at how we tossed and how we're rocketing back, how we're on the river now. These are not people that even know Flexa. These are people who just see a cheap coin that's going up, that went up to 12. Oh my goodness, look, it went up to 12. It'll go again. They don't even know why it went up. But these are people that are not really interested in Flexa. They don't know about it. They probably don't have the spend app. They could be buying it on Gemini. Have never hit the pay button. They don't know about it. They just see a very active token trending high on Coinbase, trending high all over the world, the one on the uptick during a bear market, and they're piling on. But if I had to ask anything, we talk about AMP because that's where our money is, but if I was going to talk about anything, I would talk about Flexa. But nobody would tune in. Just nobody would tune in. The only people who would be in, I can hear my voice cracking, by the way. I get it. I'm a little rough, man. I've been talking a lot lately, but the only people who would tune in for that are tech people or other AMP people who are already just deeply, deeply invested and aware of what Flexa is. they would turn in. So, it's an hour-long show, and it's a complete echo chamber. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to come up here and be an echo chamber like that. But if Doge, and I'm ready for it, man. Again, I'm early. I'm always early, and when you're early, you're insane. But if there was ever going to be any real direct competition to Flexa and AMP in the crypto space, alone in the crypto space, if Doge pulls their act together, and they're way behind, man. They're not ready for something like this, but they're thinking it. I do visit their forum. I do visit the tech version forum of it, where the more realistic people live, not the memes, but where the more realistic people who are thinking about that stuff live, and they're thinking the same thing, man. The only way to save this is to spend it. Now, I happen to agree with them. I've been over this, man. So if Doge spend, by the way, if they ever use that Doge spend, I get credit. You guys heard it here first on the podcast. Big thumbs up. All right, you heard it here first. But if Doge spend, something like that, if they ever put their effort into that, that is the threat to Flexa in the crypto space, not payment processing, just the crypto payment processing. That would be the one, because people know it. People love it. People are aggressive on it. They are passionate about it. They are raiding conferences and showing their Doge T-shirts, even though that was crap. But they're on billboards. They're on marquees in New York. They're everywhere. People know about it. So I'm just saying, I haven't seen a lot of Flexa ads going up there, and even if you put one there, nobody would know what the hell it is. So
That actually leads into Ray's question very, very nicely. He
yeah.
asked before the show, if I go into Sheets and use the Spend app to pay with my choice of crypto, is it true that Sheets can get paid in any currency they desire? Let's say I pay with Doge, they can decide to have it converted to US dollars.
Yes, and that's kind of the way that Flexa is designed, is that the merchant is going to be paid in fiat. It's always it's if I'm off on this, please correct me, but my understanding is that the merchant is paid in fiat. So the coin's going to the Flexa network. AMP collateralizes it. That's the cash value. Merchant is paid in cash. They don't know anything else. Everything else is back in. That's Flexa network. So yes, the merchant himself is not paid in crypto. The merchant is paid in cash. They're paid in cash. That's the way Flexa works. They're paid in U.S. dollar, yen, won, wherever you happen to be using it in the planet, whatever the native currency to the country is. That's what they're paid in. Which, it got me thinking about that. That'll be funny with there's like 3 or 4 South American countries now that are using Bitcoin as legal tender. So wouldn't it be funny to me if you went down to one of these foreign countries and one of the merchants there was taking Flexa, had the Flexa app, and you paid them in Doge, but the merchant was paid in Bitcoin? I think that would be great. I think that would be the way to go. They didn't say that they're accepting all cryptocurrencies as legal tender. They only said Bitcoin. So it seems to me that it would be. Isn't this a boring chart? I'm sorry. Like we're hovering, and I don't have any. I liked it. Was real aggressive. The volume is down. You can see the chart, same as me, man. The volume is down. Everything is in a hold right now. I'm sorry. Let me finish my thought. This is what happens when you talk a lot. You lose your train of thought and you derail yourself. I just derailed. But wouldn't it be funny, again, if you paid them and their native currency is Bitcoin, so you paid in Doge and the merchant received Bitcoin? Wouldn't that be fantastic? I would dine on that forever. And then I could say, yeah, well, Dogecoin is basically Bitcoin. It is. Literally, it is now down in these foreign countries. So I don't know what that would do. The Bitcoin people are Bitcoin people, man. They're a unique group. They don't post a lot of memes. But the Dogecoins these guys are zealots, absolute zealots. And if you want to shake their community, if you want to shake their Reddit to hell and gone, go down to one of these countries, use Flexa, pay in Doge, and say, there, I just converted my Dogecoin to Bitcoin, and just put the receipt up as one of their on their meme wall there. I would love that, and I got a hunch they would. Love it as well. I think that would be hysterical. So anyway, guys, let me take a very short break, 60 seconds. You know what we do. I have to I don't know. Is that enough to get me through? That's not
You,
enough.
I think you need to drink some more of your apple juice.
Yeah, I have to put a little bit more in the glass. So give me just a moment. You know what? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't expect anybody tonight. I absolutely did not. And by the way, this is the part that Belle is supposed to be doing. She's the producer. She's the hostess. She's supposed to be doing what I'm doing now. But you guys got to call her out, man. If you let her slack, she will slack. She will absolutely just phone it in. And if there's one thing we don't want to do here on the podcast is phone it in. And we are going to give away a couple T-shirts tonight. So we're going to get back to it. Give me 60 seconds, man. I'm going to be right back. And thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Did you guys want this one or do you want to watch the chart? I'll tell you what, the first thumbs up or thumbs down in the comments, Belle will tell me you can either watch my chroma key or we can watch the chart. I'm cool either way. It doesn't change me. It just makes me smaller. So whichever way. Sorry, we were chatting off during the break. So one sec. And I did change up the backsplash, by the way. I hope you see my favorites right here. Those are my favorites. Sorry, what were we talking about? Yeah, I'm sorry.
And Mad Fickin' Vegan or Mad Fickin' Veg says, "Leave it there for now."
You guys don't want to watch the chart? Really? I thought that was
Trevor says this one.
He wants this one. I thought the chart was the big thing. I thought that's what we all wanted to do on the YouTube was sit there and stare at the charts. I honestly thought that was the thing. Every time I go to any other live, it's always charts. One guy is running it live. He doesn't even put his face on the key. He doesn't even talk. He puts it up and he just types comments in there. Obviously doing better than me. His crowd is huge, but that's all it is.
Maybe they just want to see your pretty face.
Nobody wants to see this pretty face. I'm sorry. Here's the radio guy coming out of me. I have a face for radio. I've accepted that. And one of my another very good YouTuber, Better Bachelor, if anybody ever watches that, I find it hysterical. I love his show. I think he is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, Joker, that's it. He says he's got a face for radio and a voice for print. Great channel, man. Absolutely great channel. He's a little jaded towards women, which I get. I've been divorced. I get it. So, but I'm sorry, we're not talking about that. We're talking about him. I like giving credit where it's due. And this face is made for radio. It just is. Have you ever listened to a radio guy? And if you listen to him for any length of time, you start, well, I wonder what that guy looks like. I wonder what she looks like. And then you see him, you're just like, ew, what the hell happened to you, man? What the hell happened to you? But they have a great voice. They're very charming, very personable for people, so people stick around. I still haven't gotten to see if my widget works. I need one subscriber to see if my widget works. You can unsubscribe. I'm not going to take it personally. I just want to see.
Trevor said earlier he unsubscribed and resubscribed.
Oh, really? And it didn't go off. Well, damn it, man. I got it up there. I like to think I'm technical. My sound is I don't want to brag, but my sound is quite good for a live stream. My sound is excellent. I use a Sterling mic. I've always been a big fan of Sterling mics. I've been a fan of Sterling's ever since radio. So I'm a big fan of Sterling, and I don't sound exactly like this. I use a program called Voice Meter Banana to create virtual aux cables, and I run my virtual aux cables through my encoder, and I use Ableton, so I can put all my effects on there, and that's what makes it work. I can say, welcome, welcome. Huh? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty technical. So I can do all that because I put it all through the encoder. So I have my limiters, I have my compressors, I have everything set up on the back end. So I can get on or off my mic, and it's going to maintain the sound. Again, that's the radio in me. That's all we got. We don't have chroma keys. We don't have cameras. We don't have any of that. All we have is our voice and our equipment. So we try to do it up on those. And if you've ever heard a radio guy not on the radio, they don't quite sound like they do on the radio. It's not a matter of pushing kilowatts. It's a matter of we clean it up. We use encoders. We do all these things. I happen to do that. So were there any other questions, Belle? Or am I just supposed to keep babbling here? I will talk, I promise you, as long as people are here. I will talk. It's Saturday night. I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm going out to my sailboat I'm going out to my sailboat tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. Crypto's been good to me. Don't know what to tell you. But if there's any, I will keep talking as long as you guys will keep listening. And it's great, again, because I don't have a script. This is all off the cuff. Not particularly focused, but, I think I'm doing all right. I haven't really been.
And Vlad just chimed in saying, yeah, your voice is close to in real life.
Is it? Is this what I sound like? When you listen to yourself all day, you forget what you sound like. It really doesn't matter. No, I kind of meant, were there any other AMP questions or crypto questions or anything like that, guys? I'm happy to answer anything, but I'm leaving it up to Belle because I don't want to turn my head, man. That's just, looky there, man. It worked. Did you guys see it?
That would be Cheshire Cat saying, "One done."
Yay! Did the little thing pop up on the screen?
Not for me, no.
Did the little zombie pop up on the screen?
Not for me, no.
Did it pop up for anybody? Did anybody hear it?
That would
Damn it! This is radio delay, guys. I'm like 10 seconds in front of you. So 12 seconds in front of you. I set it on delay so it's a cleaner signal. My push is fine. I mean, I'm pushing 12 megabytes per second. So my internet connection, all that is really, really good.
All right, so Trevor again asking, why do you like scale?
Why do I like scale? I love back-end development products, but I particularly like back-end development products that are not trying to radically disrupt what works. Right now, Ethereum Layer 1 works. It works for everything. Now, we're getting killed on we're absolutely we're getting killed on gas fees. Anybody who stakes, anybody who moves crypto, anybody who uses the DEX knows that we are just getting crushed on gas fees. That's the bottleneck. All right, Ethereum ETH20 was great, was absolutely great before you had this explosive growth of crypto. And the more people that are going to be coming on, the more. Oh, looky there! I got another. I don't. These are probably people unsubscribing and resubscribing, but you know what? I appreciate it, man. And I hope the
you
little.
Know what? The zombie is showing up on my end now too.
Yes, you see that, guys? We're like a Twitcher now, a Twitch streamer. That's always been my goal, is to be a Twitch streamer, because it's really easy to monetize on Twitch. So I can spend 300 or 400 hours on there and earn $50. So I'm ready. I'm going to come back to scale, but I have to mention this because it's Saturday night and it's fun. If you guys ever go over to Twitch, and I know that I got some Twitch people on here, I like to watch some World of Warships. It's a game that I play. I play World of Warships. I love World of Warships. I've been a fit. Yay! Look at there. We got another one, which again, I know are people just unsubscribing and resubscribing, but it's kind of cool seeing the pop-up. So I'm glad that works. But if you want to see, if you guys want to see sadness, and I mean just absolute brutal sadness, go to Twitch anytime and go to the Just Chatting channels. This is, now maybe it's me because I'm old and I don't get it, but you go and the most popular people, and we're talking 40, 50, 60,000 people watching these, are very, very, very amazingly pretty girls, ages 18 to 24. That aren't wearing much. They're wearing enough that they can get away with it. but they're typically like laying in bed. They have some kind of pop music going, some kind of club house music going in the background, and they never move. They're like wax statues. They never move. So they line themselves up for the perfect shot. They're all wearing the stockings that go up to like just above the knee, and you can see that it's perfect. But you will have 40 or 50,000 guys watching this and just making it rain on these. Making it absolutely rain on these girls. And it is the saddest thing I think I've ever seen is how many people line up just to chat with them, just to say hi, just to do, oh, look at that, I got another one. Ray, you know what? I already had you, Ray. I hope, you know what, isn't that neat though, guys? Look, I'm like a Twitcher. But that's what you hear on these girls' live streams because when it works in Twitch too. So every time somebody subscribes to their channel, that thing goes off. But all they do is sit, they look beautiful, beautiful girls. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful girls. I have zero in common with them because I like most of you, and I'm looking right at you, Ray, because I got a hunch you and I enjoyed the same decades at the same time. I'm just saying. But we have absolutely nothing in common with these girls. But just the amount of money that they make, they are literally this is their life. This is their lifestyle. I watched one of them. Obviously, I'm a junkie. There's something wrong with me. And it's not like it's hard to find, pornographic material on the internet. I understand that it exists there. I've never looked myself, but I understand that it's there. But one girl was making thousands of dollars wearing a bikini on the beach building a sandcastle. That was it. She was out there building a sandcastle, and the camera was so perfectly oriented from the down up, made her look taller, and you could see a lot. And she was building a sandcastle, and all you saw was $50, $100, tipped $100, tipped $80. It was the saddest thing I think I've ever seen. And it's I don't tell people how to spend their money, but on this one, man, I gotta make a house ruling here and say that no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Send them $5. If you feel bad, send them $5. Take that same $75 that you would have given to that girl and buy AMP. Buy AMP way back when we told you to buy AMP. And you would have a lot more money now. Then you could take it and then you could tip bigger. And then they'll love you more because you're tipping bigger. And we know that this is what it's about. So I will stay on this tangent until Bell stops me. So again, guys, this is on you.
And we've got Doc One in chat right now, and he's going, porn on the internet? Well, knock me over with a feather.
Right. It is, man. It's like people are doing it and they film it and stuff. I've heard about this. I've never looked myself. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. Hang on, this will make it better. I've personally, I've never seen it myself, but I understand that it is a bustling business, and I understand that people enjoy it. I've never seen it myself, but again, I understand that this exists. There you go. See, I put my glasses on. I'm a doctor, guys, so you got to take my word for this. Do we got any other AMP questions? Because I will let this get away from me.
Not at the moment, and I'm just saying,
guys, you don't have to ask. You don't have to just talk about AMP, man. I will answer literally any question. This is Saturday night. Yeah, I will literally answer anything. If you find my answers amusing, that's why we're doing this. I would love to talk not about AMP, even though this is an AMP stream, but I'm trying to, I love the community, man. That's what it is, man. We are a community of dreamers. We are a community that takes the long view. Again, this is why I talk about scale. It's taking the long view. And I do have to tail around to that one because I cut that answer off. Why I like scale particularly, and I understand that they're competing with a lot of different level 2 people like Matic. Matic is probably Polygon. That's probably the biggest one that they're competing against. And the reason that I like scale over Matic is, I'm sorry, I keep calling him Matic. The reason that I like scale over Polygon is because scale is level 2, but they're on chain. They're on chain. So it means that it never leaves the Ethereum chain. Polygon, that's probably the one glaring weakness I see in it. I like their coin. I like what they're doing with that. But they do their processing off chain. They take the process, they bring it into their own network, they process it there, and then they report back to the Ethereum chain. But there's a very brief moment where nobody has visibility of that. Just a very brief moment where nobody has visibility of that. And I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that because all it takes is one. It just takes one thing to absolutely rattle the market. And the one thing that we all have faith in, the reason that crypto works, is blockchain. We all trust blockchain. We understand how it works, and we trust it. I mean, completely. And if word ever got out that the blockchain was being manipulated, it would not cryptocurrency price manipulation. Every market goes through price manipulation. Name me a market that doesn't go through price manipulation. GameStop, come on. AMC, come on. They all go through price manipulation, but we understand what that is. These are short sells. We understand what that is. This is people dumping intentionally to drive the price down to buy it low. We get that. But the one fundamental understanding that we have about crypto is that the blockchain is absolutely secure. It cannot be altered. It cannot be changed, not without massive effort. Somebody would know. But Polygon, for the briefest of moments, the data is not visible on the layer 1. It's just not there. I have a problem with that. That's a me thing. That's not a you thing, but that's a me thing. I want complete visibility and accountability on this. This is what I want. So when it rails off like that for even the briefest of seconds, it makes me wonder, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, granted, it's a small thing. This is nothing. Polygon's taken off. So it's a small thing, but it is a me thing. Because if for even the briefest of moments, the blockchain could be altered, we have a problem in crypto. We have a big problem in crypto. And you want to talk about what'll drive AMP down to 4 cents, 3 cents, 2 cents? Show that the blockchain is unstable. Show that it is not absolute like we assume when we purchase crypto. That's one of the things that that's our whole foundation, is that the blockchain cannot be altered. And if it can, then that's it. That is absolutely it. It's not Polygon that'll crash. Of course they would. But it's not Polygon that'll crash. It is the whole crypto market. Because what we have now is the immutable blockchain. So if it can be changed, altered, modified, that's it. Crypto's done. Just like that.
All right, so we have a few more questions, actually.
Wow, really? I thought I was going esoteric. I didn't think anybody would like that. Sorry.
Right? All right, so Mad Fickenvig says, do you stake your AMP? Thoughts on staking?
I stake a great deal of my AMP. And you're asking, so I'm telling. I stake a great deal of my AMP. I should take a break before I do this, but I'm not going to. Everybody out here is my age, man. They get it. I stake a great deal of my AMP because that's how AMP works. That's what makes it work. I am out. I mean, this is terrible. I stake a great deal of my AMP because the Flexa network needs it. This is, I believe in the Flexa network. The value of AMP is very secondary to me versus the success of the Flexa network, because that's what makes it boom. 12 cents was just a tickle. That was a FOMO. I'm not looking at this thing at 12 cents. I'm looking at this thing at, I'm not going to tell you. I don't do that. But so I stake a great deal of it. But I will always hold some in reserve. I will always hold some in liquidity, because when an opportunity arises, and I know most of you don't disagree or don't agree with my methods, and I'm not advocating my methods. I do what I do. But when I see a terrific opportunity to seize some very silly speculative money, I'm going to. And I don't want to have to unstake to do that. So the bulk of my AMP is, in fact, staked directly on Flexa through my MetaMask wallet. I love it. It sits there. It grows. It's not tremendously. What is it, like 3.5% or something like that? That's not the point. That's a cherry on top, but that's not why I do it. I do it because I want Flexa to succeed. And to succeed, they need my tokens available to them. So the bulk of them are there, but not all of them. I'm never going to. I'm never going to take a pass on free money. I'm just not going to. And again, guys, I got a lot of heat for even discussing scalping. So just be aware that I will do it, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So you know what? I'm diamond hands. I hold forever. I buy and I never ever sell. So that's my position now. Yeah. So there we go. I'm sorry, but was there another question, or did I answer that
Yes,
one appropriately?
actually, you answered that one appropriately, but there is another question.
I see Johnny
Ray,
Leipka. Thank you, sir. This means the world to me, man. I got a sub. I don't know. I think it's just people unsubscribing because they want to hear the ding.
so Ray is asking question, thoughts on ETH 2.0?
Uh, we have a problem. The crypto market has a problem, and most people aren't aware of it yet, but they're going to be. As the crypto market continues to grow, layer one is bottlenecked. And I think I went over this a little bit, but again, guys, when you do a long show, you're going to repeat yourself. But layer one is a problem. I remember just a few weeks ago, if you wanted to stake some AMP at noon, it was like $45 gas fee. I mean, it was insane. That's layer one. That is a problem. I understand that there is a lot of talk about Ethereum 2.0. I've done some diving into it because I'm looking at anything that is going to solve this problem. Now, again, right now there's a lot of sidechain companies that are coming up. Scale, Polygon, so forth, that are doing this to try to address this problem. So I think the viability of Ethereum 2.0 is going to be based on the success or failure of these layer 2 companies. So if they are making it work and people trust Ethereum, they trust, they trust the Ether blockchain. They trust it. They know it. This is what they've always known. I understand that people like to embrace change, particularly when it comes to their money. They are all over it. I know everything about it right now, but you know what? Let's change. My dog. Sorry. Harvey, go away. So, yeah, people like instability in their money. And when it is directly their money, they I see it on the screen too. I'm sorry. I have a dog. People they really want a lot of variables when it comes to their money. And what they really want to do with something that they've known for so long is they want to trust it a different way. So they want to see change. That's where I am at that. I think it'll be interesting. I think it's fortunate for the crypto market that most crypto investors are not even aware of the back end. When I start saying layer 1, layer 2, and all that, they don't even know what I'm saying. When I say Ethereum, Binance, they don't even know. So the small of the 14% of the world that owns crypto, half of it is owned by 6% of the world. But I want to say out of the remaining 8%. Very few people even know how it works. They don't understand blockchain. They don't, they're in the crypto space, but they don't really understand it. So, using those two minds as a comparison, I want to say they could successfully roll it out without a whole lot of beat up. But they're going to have to test the hell out of this thing, man. That's kind of the thing. And the only way you can test if something is going to clear up this kind of bottleneck is to test it with mass adoption. So, yeah, I mean it's a pickle, man. It really is. But again, this is why I'm so vested in these level 2 tokens, because if they can fix it and make this work, make it palatable, get the gas fees down, get all that other stuff, then I think they have time to actually develop Ethereum 2 to the point where it's ready. So there's still a lot of talk about it. I'm sorry, guys. I was all over the map on that one. I want you to know my whole thought process on that. Was there anything else, Belle?
One more question from Michael M. When do you think would be your cutoff or throwing in the white towel of AMP as a crypto that will not work as collateral?
Wow, man, that's a question. This is why I absolutely adore this community. Do you guys ask these questions on other streams? I mean, do you guys hit them with this stuff? That's next level, man. And again, this is why I absolutely love this community. AMP Nobody's going to want to hear this. They're not going to want to hear the answer. I think about it. I I'm just, you know what, Bell, talk for 30 seconds. Let me hit this before I answer this one. I want to
Let
make sure I'm
me.
doing it right.
The next question would be from Vlad. Can a swallow carry a coconut? I mean, yeah. Talk
I'm not
about
going
off
Monty
topic
Python
there.
on that. I do want to go back to that question though. Give me 1 second, guys. Talk, Bell. Say something. I want to hit my cigarette.
A lot of good questions tonight. I'm really happy that I'm reading these tonight because this gives Scott a chance to actually go and explain his reasoning.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, I we do talking head videos. Obviously, look, here I am, talking head. We do talking head videos, but we're taking a different approach. I'm not bypassing this AMP question. I think it's important. I think it's critical. I I think I love this community, and I honestly I love what we're doing right here on this tiny little nub of a YouTube channel, because we're getting down to some of the roots that people never discuss. They never consider it. And where would AMP have to throw in its towel as far as collateralization goes? Well, it depends. If they stay specifically in the crypto sphere, which I don't believe they're going to. I don't believe that they are going to stay specifically in the crypto sphere. It's too small of a market. All right, it's very esoteric and it's very small. If I am talking about these things, again, on a tiny little YouTube channel, if I am talking about these things, you bet your ass that they are talking about those things. And I'm allowed to say ass, by the way. I'm not monetized. You can bet that up at Flex HQ, they're talking about these things. So right now, at the really guerrilla math rate of growth of spending crypto, I think AMP is ideally placed. I think 100 billion that's a cap, right? 100 billion. I think that's plenty to handle the crypto transactions. I don't think it's anywhere near what would be required if they actually went directly into the fiat payment processing. I don't think that's not even, it's not even close. They would have to fundamentally change the nature of AMP in order to collateralize the type of massive payment volume that would be going through that system. Right now, I don't think there's no way that they're scaled for it, that they could handle something like that. They're just not scaled for it. I mean, you're talking about massive amounts of money that would be put in, and I get it. They have a market cap of $4 billion. That's a lot of money, but guys, it's really not when you're talking about tech and the amount of hardware necessary to process the type of volumes that you're talking about with your Visa, where you're flexing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. Let me just say that I have spent a great deal of my time in large scale data centers all over the country, but I've spent a great deal of my time in it. So I understand what it takes to build out a site, to supply critical power, to build transfer stations, to put in racks, what it takes to build them, what it takes to maintain them, and the costs that are associated with that. And right now, I cannot see, even with a $4 billion $4 billion market cap, they're nowhere near the amount of cost, associative costs for something like that. So I think they're ideally suited right now for simple crypto payment processing. I don't think they're anywhere near scaled enough for actual payment processing, but I think they're doing it right. And I think something like Sheets, Nordstrom, Baskin Robbins, Arby's, I think they're doing it right, going after the merchants in the way that they're going after their merchants, because they are, you know what, I'm right about this. The more I think about it, the more right I feel about it, that they are going after these things and using them to pay the shtick of paying in crypto. That they're doing this to pay in crypto, but they're going to come back, these same companies, and say, look at how much money we're saving you when we pay with crypto. Let us process your cash transactions as well. There's no way it's not that. And I know that, I'm sure that they've talked about it, because there's just no way that you could miss with that. That's the way to do it. That's the way to push it. That's the way to grow it. And the second that they start processing cash transactions, it goes through the roof like immediately. So getting back to the question of where would you throw in the towel, and where would they have to pivot the entire company in order to process that volume of cash transactions? Basically, as soon as they start doing it, as soon as they start talking about those kind of cash transactions, AMP can only go so high. I mean, you can only stick so much value on it before, well, I don't know, maybe not. Look at Bitcoin. So it would change the entire dynamic of it. How about that? I know that's a bad answer, but I've been thinking about how they get there, but not what happens when they get there. Again, this is why I love this community, man. These are just great questions. I promise you, if you come back for the live stream on Thursday, Bell, write down that question because I want to give a better answer on that. But I promise if you come back on Thursday, I will answer that question. You put me on an excellent train of thought, and I want to see where it goes. I want to take that thing. I want to take that all the way out. So, were there any other questions, Bell?
No, other than
Really,
Vlad,
guys, you can
other
ask
than
me
Vlad.
anything. Okay, I'll tell you what. Wow, I'm trying to think. We want to give away a couple of T-shirts tonight, and I'm trying to think about how to do it. I knew I wanted to give away some T-shirts, but I didn't know how to do it. So anyway, Bell, look, at ThePodocasts.com. I don't know. I haven't paid the fee for that.
Ooh, actually, couple questions just came in.
About the
Ray-
T-shirts.
No, actually, Ray, question: What kind of amount would needed to be staked to bring on Walmart?
Nobody's ready for that. Nobody. No,
And-
that's it. I'm sorry, man. Look, you're talking about the whales. That's like saying how much would it need to be staked to bring on Amazon? You know, it's nobody's ready for that. Nobody's ready for that. I know it's. We would love that. I would love that. I would love to be a billionaire overnight. And you know what, guys? When I hit the billionaire mark, I'm still gonna YouTube. I'm gonna pay somebody to handle the comments for me, so I don't have to answer it myself. Nobody's ready for that. You're talking about. You were talking about massive amounts of infrastructure that would be involved in that. And again, if you're not in the industry, I'm in the industry, but if you're not in the industry, you don't understand the amount of logistics necessary to do that kind of processing. It is staggering. If you've ever seen the movie or the show Silicon Valley, I love that show, by the way. But when they go into those deep, dark places with lots of flashing lights and just endless fans, that's what you need. And nobody is ready for that, all right? They're not cheap. Only the big players are ready for that. Your Microsoft, your Amazon, your Apple, your Google. These are the only guys that can put up buildings like this. I don't expect to see one going up with the Flexa logo on the front of it. I just don't expect to see that right now. I think I'm sure they're keeping quite a bit of it in house, but I'm sure a lot of they'll default to the cloud. And when you do that, it just immediately cuts your bottom line. So that's a problem. I'm sorry. There was another question. Go ahead.
Yes, Mad Fickin' Veg says, I see you have a bat on your widget. Can you generalize that project for me?
Brave. That's it. Brave browser. I absolutely love anything that shakes the status quo. I only put my money in tokens that have a case use, and BAT is the token for the Brave browser. If you are not using the Brave browser, use the Brave browser. I would love to have a link where I get a nickel if you download it or something like that, but I don't even want the nickel. I want you to use the Brave browser. I'm not allowed to say. I'm not allowed to say about what I was about to say. I'm sorry, man. Like I still got vested interest away from this microphone, but yeah, I that's all I use. It's all I use. I use it on my phone. I use it on my computer. All I use is Brave. I don't like ads. I don't like advertisements. I don't like being tracked. That's kind of the big thing. If you've ever done that, like through Google Chrome or the old Internet Explorer or something like that, if you've ever done where you tap in and see who all is looking at your browser right now and when you go somewhere. So if you go from here to here, 19 different things are coming around. If you go to here, 35 are coming in. If you've ever looked at that on any of these other browsers, man, it's a little bit intimidating. You're just like, Jesus, man, how many people are looking at what I'm looking at? And there's a lot. And if you're using them for if you are using them for uh, pornographic material that is found on the internet, but I've never seen myself. If you're using your if you're using one of those browsers and you're looking at porn, everybody knows your fetish, man. Everybody knows what your kink is. But Brave, you know what? They're cutting that stuff off, and I'm all about that. So I don't care what I own a lot of bat. I will own a lot more. I think it's priced right now. I think it's priced right now, and where am I at? 59 cents. I think that's right. I think that's right where it should be. I think that's a good, accurate valuation of bat. But again, you got to consider who they're up against. You know, bat is up against. You're up against Microsoft. You're up against Google. You're up against heavy hitters that can literally drive you out of the marketplace. Anybody on this stream right now, I would love one thumbs up. Who remembers Netscape? Who remembers Netscape? There's got to be one, man, because I there's no way I appeal to a younger crowd. But
Oh.
what? Do you get something to say?
Yes,
What?
I remember. I remember Netscape. I remember Netscape.
Yeah, so anybody who remembers Netscape knows what a heavy hitter can do to competition. So I think the only thing that's really keeping Brave up right now, because they could get crushed overnight, was the old Microsoft antitrust lawsuit versus Netscape. That was a competitor to Internet Explorer for anybody young enough not to know it. That was a deep, deep, deep competitor for Internet Explorer, and Microsoft just crushed them. I mean, absolutely crushed them. Now, I'm not opposed to a business doing what a business does, meaning crush competition. You know, how do you solidify yourself in the marketplace? Be the only one there. I don't like monopolies, but you know what? Business is what business is. So I remember the antitrust in Netscape. So if you do too, you probably understand why I like Bat. Everything I do is through Bat. I think it's fantastic. I think it's value priced right now. You're not going to moon it. How about that? You're not going to go to the moon with Bat at 59 cents. But you're gonna. What's wrong with the 2x? I guess that's kind of where I'm at right now, and maybe that's what disassociates me from the bulk of the crypto market. I have no problem with the 2x. I think that was a great investment. It's like I doubled my money. I did nothing. I absolutely doubled my money, and I'm kind of happy with that. But BAT is a. I think it's a good solid 2x. So is that a price prediction? Maybe. You know what? You take it for what it's worth. I'm holding BAT. I like all of those things. The same reason I'm holding Orchid, even though Orchid is falling like a stone. I'm okay with that. I got into Orchid early, so I just never sold. It's one of the few ones. I use it. In order to use the Orchid VPN, you have to pay an Orchid. So I never saw it as an investment. I saw it as this is money that I was going to spend on a VPN service anyway. It's just that they're a better VPN service. I get it, man. I've seen the counter proposals. I've seen the counters on that. Well, just use the Tor. Just use this. Just use this. I don't want to use any of that. I want to hit one click and know that my data is absolutely scattered to hell and gone, and I can do that with Orchid. So,
And we're getting a lot of really good questions, even though I know we're trying to wrap things up.
no,
So
I'll
Ray,
talk as long as people are here. It's Saturday night. I just can't imagine anybody wants to listen to me this long. But go ahead, hit
so
me.
Ray is asking, what's AMP's fault? I literally have been trying but can't see one yet.
I'm sorry, read that question again.
What's AMP's fault? I literally have been trying but can't see one yet.
What is AMP's fault? You're not going to like this answer. You're going to hate this one, man. AMP's fault is going to be scalability. It is. I'm sorry. That it tails around to a question that Trevor asked earlier. And I know it's not popular to talk, to point out the elephant in the room. Nobody likes to do that. But I believe this is op-ed, guys. I'm opinion editorial. I'm not the gospel. I'm not the voice. I'm none of that. All right. I'm opinion editorial. But I believe that AMPs, even at 100 billion max coins, I believe the direction that they're going, that the problem, the fault with AMP is going to be scalability. That's the only thing that I see. That's the one real downside about it. Aside from that, it's a brilliant idea. I hope if I can see it, that they can see it. And I'm not that smart, so I'm sure that something's there. And honestly, I'd like to post that question on the Reddit and just see what kind of crazy answers that we get, because I got a hunch they're going to be, well, AMP will just go to $1,000 a coin, and that ain't gonna happen. But I'd love to see that. I'd love to. I'd like to get the pulse of the community on that one. So anyway, man, if there was any one fault I see with AMP, it's scalability. That's it. But that's the fault. Crypto as a whole is experiencing that right now. So there you go. Was there something else, Mel?
Yes, 169. What do you think about Gemini using Flexa to pay with crypto?
I use it. I absolutely use it. I have Gemini on my app. Yes, I use the Pay app on Gemini almost exclusively, and I understand that it's not a popular thing that I do, but I use Dogecoin to make my crypto purchases. But it's kind of hard for me to back off that now because I've advocated that. I've been advocating that. It's on my videos. They've done nothing. Why don't you guys like those videos, man? I think it's my perfect wheelhouse, and they die. I know as soon as I hit send, I know it's done. But why don't you guys like those videos, man? Anything I do that's not AMP, just and I'm a small channel, man. I'm not like BitBoy. I'm not like these massive channels that that pump but really say nothing. And it's almost Barnum-esque. I'm sorry, what was the question again? This is an hour and a half, guys, so give me a break here. What was read the question again?
That question was, what do you think about Gemini using Flexa to pay with crypto?
Oh, yeah, that's what I use. That's what I use. I use a Spend app, but the Spend was like the beta. So I once they actually flesh it out, and it's not fleshed out yet, guys, it is still a little bit buggy. But once they actually flesh that out, I think it'll all go to Gemini and Spend will just go away. I don't know if I'm right. I think you're going to want to drive your it's just a good business decision. All right, you're going to want to drive your people. You're going to want to drive your investors to your product. And how easy is it? You have to have crypto, a wallet attached to it. I get it. It's hooked up with your Gemini app, but why would you want to go to 2 or 3 different places just to use this thing? Use Gemini. That I think that's what they're doing. They've said it. So Spend is the beta. Once it's up, once it's working, once it's solid, it's all going to be over on Gemini. And yeah, I think that's their entire plan. I think it's a good plan. It's what I would do. So yeah, I have no issue at it. And all I use is Gemini. I have the Spend app on my phone, and it seems to update more. I have more merchants on the Spend app than I do on Gemini Pay. So, it's still a little bit wonky, but I think they're working on it. How about that? I think they're working on it. It's early still. Again, it's a terrible answer, and I'm sorry, but they're working on it. I use Gemini Pay. I'm sorry. I could have just said that, huh? I could have saved myself 3 minutes of talking and just said, use Gemini Pay. Yes. Okay. Was there any other questions, or are we about tailing this?
Ned Fick and Veg says, I have one last question. Have you heard of Pi Network?
No. And again, man, I'm sure a lot of these are great, but we're talking about how many cryptos exist right now, man? About 12,000-ish. I am not deeply involved in all of them, and I've never really strived to be that kind of channel that the all-knowing, all-seeing. I think I'm more of a savant channel. The ones I'm into, I'm deeply into, but the ones I'm not, I don't have a lot of information on those things, and I'm sure they're fine products. As long as it's not one of these freaking carnival coins, I think they're great. A lot of innovation, a lot of stuff is coming out right now, and honestly, I can't keep up. Look, I work same as you guys. I'm to that point in my life financially where I could not work. How about that? I could just do what I'm doing right now, and I'd be fine. But I've done well. We're not supposed to talk. You know what? I'm going to hell with it. whiskey. What are you gonna do? Even though I'm on bourbon tonight, I'm to the point now where I don't have to I don't have to work anymore. I shouldn't, but I've made enough of a profit to have changed my life and to change the life of my family and my friends and so forth. But it's not enough. Not because I wouldn't be comfortable. I would be, but I want to change my children's lives now. And if I have to continue to do the backbreaking labor to make sure that my kids are taken care of, that they have the choice to chase their own dreams, do their own thing, then that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. That's why I have. That's why my hands are still destroyed, because I want to make sure that they're taken care of. That I am way past it. I could hang it up right now and I'd be fine. And but that's is it greed? Is that what that is? Is it greed or is it altruism? Isn't that funny? You never know. I'm going to continue to do what I do because I want to change my children's lives as well. I want to do generational changing wealth. So that's why I continue to do what I do. That's why I continue to work. That's why I continue to beat myself up. That's why I continue to invest so hard. That's why I dig so deep. That's why I push for more and more and more information. And that's why I scalp. That's why I will short. That's why I do this stuff. Not because I want to hurt anybody. I don't. But because I've already changed my life. But I want to change my children's lives as well. And I like to think that's why most of us got into crypto. Or is this the honest portion of the outro? Is this the Jerry Springer outro that I'm doing right here? I'm never sure because usually I can do 3 hours standing on my head, but you got to have something to talk about. So it seems like we are coming to the end of the stream, guys. But so this is the this is the serious one. Talk for a second, Belle. I gotta hit my cigarette.
All right, so Trevor is asking you to explain the scalability problem. AMP runs on Ethereum as a smart token. As long as Ethereum can scale, why wouldn't AMP scale?
Again, excellent question, Trevor, but we're going to run into the same thing that we've been talking about on here, and the fact that Ethereum is having trouble scaling. Ethereum is struggling to scale. So if the absolute backbone that you're running on is having a scaling problem, what makes you think that the things running on it would not also have a scaling problem? And that's where I'm basing it on. That's where I could be wildly wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. But I try to look at this rationally. And if the highway that you're building your entire ecosystem on is already having scalability issues, and I think most people who live on the decks agree that there is a scalability issue. It seems to me that the only way for AMP to really bypass that is for a new superhighway to come, and I don't see that yet. That's all it is. But that's the pragmatist in me, man. That's not that. The idealist in me would say, yeah, AMP has no holes. I think it's perfect. I think it'll run and run and run. But I'm a pragmatic investor, and I have to look at the now more than I look at the, what if. So, yeah, if Ethereum is having trouble scaling, then I don't see how AMP, who is built on it, is going to have, better success, man. That's it. It's nothing personal against AMP. But again, I try to look at the bigger picture. And that's the one I can't get around. It's a great question. Again, I just dropped an F-bomb, didn't I? I'm sorry, man. It's almost 2 hours of nonstop talking, man. It's gonna sneak out.
That's $1 you owe me.
Yeah. I'll pay you an AMP, which, by the way, is a terrific investment. But yeah, if the highway is already clogged, and I don't see a clear path forward for the super highway yet, then that's where I'm going to see the hole. And that's it. One person's opinion, man. I'm not a tech guy. Not that. I'm a hardware tech guy. I can tell you how to do it, but I can't tell you what to put into it to make it run. So that's kind of where I'm banged up on that one. So, but anyway, guys, let me finish up. I do want to kind of come to the end of it. Look, if you guys like this, if you like the Saturday night thing, I'm a lonely guy. And I'm more than happy to do the Saturday night thing, man. If you guys want to spend it with me, I will come up here and talk about anything. I absolutely love the questions. It's fantastic. From what I've seen so far, this is hubris, but I think I've seen better questions coming out of this than I think I've seen coming out of almost any other damn stream. Everybody wants to know when to buy, when to sell. Everybody wants to know, how do I make 5%? How do I make 3%? How do I do this? I got an audience on here that is asking, how do we make this explode? How are we going to be looking 6 months down the road? I mean, we are literally building a roadmap here. And if that doesn't excite you, man, I don't know where you're going for your discussion, but wow, this has just been fantastic. This is gone well over my wildest dreams, guys. I never thought that we would get into a deep dive like this, and I love it. This is my wheelhouse. This is where I want to be. This is why I started doing YouTube. This is why I started this channel. This is why we started to live stream, because this is where the passion is. This is where the ideas are. This is where you can start to see past the chart oracles and the FUD and FOMO. This is where it is, and this is the community that we're trying to build with this. This is what we want. I don't have all the answers, man. If I don't have it, I hope I was pretty clear that I don't know. I'll look into it, but I don't know. So where I'm comfortable answering the question, I absolutely will. And when I'm uncomfortable or I don't know, I'm not going to give you a false hope or false sense of security on that one. I would love to say AMP will never, ever have a problem. It's perfect. It's a great investment. I believe all those things. But I see a scalability issue. That's just me. Maybe I don't know. Odds are good that I don't. But that's the only real glaring hole I see in this project. I gave you my insight. This is what I think of the two things that they're going to do. But how are they going to get there? I don't know. I don't know. I'm eager. I'm excited. The whole world sees us right now. We are out to everybody. And I understand we're all still waiting for the big Uniswap. Oh, look, hey, more people on it. But I think we've already proven that aside from visibility, the true real growth of AMP is still going to be usage. I think even the most diehard knows nothing about AMP has realized that by now, that it is a well-designed token. It is in the place where it should be. It's in there at the right time. And that we're going to see the real explosive growth that everybody's looking at is going to come down to usability, and we're not there yet. So I think most people realize that. But guys, I really do have to wrap it up, man. I'm out of things to talk about. That's not true. That's not true. I could go on and on, but you know what? I've had people here tonight, and it's meant the absolute world to me. If you guys would like to see a Saturday night thing come up, if you are a lonely guy like me that hangs out on YouTube on Saturday night, give us some thumbs up. Let Belle know. And there we go. And we were going to give away a couple T-shirts tonight. How about this? I'm trying to think of a way to do it that's fair, and maybe a riddle or something like that. I don't know. How about this? Belle, put your email in the chat, and the first two people who send Belle an email with their actual contact information, meaning where do we send it, are going to get T-shirts. All right. I don't sell them. I don't want any money. Crypto's been good to me. But we're going to send you a couple T-shirts. And T-shirts are great because you don't have to wear them. You can use them for anything. You can use them to wipe down your car. You could use them as a diaper on your kid, which I think would be great, by the way. The podcast diaper.
Well,
the
maybe you
podcast
should
diaper.
get on that.
Yeah, the podcast diaper. I think that would be great because most of the time we are also full of it. Like that zing? So Bella's going to put her usable email. I'll fix it on the splash screen. It's an old splash screen. But the first two people who send her an email, you guys get T-shirts. Just put your information. Where do you want it sent? You don't got to use your real name. Obviously, we're not that type of show. But you do that, and we'll send you some T-shirts.
Sizes, though. I do need sizes.
Yeah,
though.
and what
Just
size
saying.
you want. All right, we're gonna send off T-shirts. So yeah, that's it. I can't think of a better way. Maybe we'll do a game next time if anybody shows up. But yeah, that's I think that's about it for me tonight. Belle, do you got anything else that you would like to say, ma'am?
No, not at the moment. I would like to thank each and every one of you who showed up to listen to us tonight and actually contributed by asking questions. This made it a lot more fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you next time.
That's it. The girl called it. We'll see you guys.